You'll never believe why Barbara La Marr changed her name. And it's not because she wanted to sound all cool and special, if you know what I mean. Keep on watching to find out more. But before we're getting into the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below saying, "I subscribed," and we'll do our best to personally reply to your comment. Barbara staged her own kidnapping. Barbara made her debut when she was only 8 years old. Yes, she started that young. She played Little Ava in a play adapted after the novel Uncle Tom's Cabin. Born in 1896 in Washington State, she was the youngest among 4 children, 2 being her step-siblings from her mother's previous marriage. When her family moved to Los Angeles in 1910, Barbara starred in burlesque shows and worked in a department store. When she was only 16 years old, her half-sister, along with a man unknown to La Marr, took her on a trip to Santa Barbara. When they didn't return home for a few days, her sudden disappearance was marked as kidnapping, and the couple quickly brought her back. It later came out that it was La Marr who wanted to run away, saying that her parents were too strict with her and wanted to join her sister and the man, thinking she could get away from home even though she was still underage. Imagine trying to stage your own kidnapping to run away from your parents. Running from her past. How many stars do you know that changed their name because of show business? We know so many at this point, it doesn't even surprise us anymore when we see that one of them has a different birth name than what we are used to. Do you know what Barbara was called before she changed her name? Barbara's full name was Retha Dale Watson, and she didn't change her name because she wanted to go under a different one than the one her parents gave her. She was actually forced to change it. La Marr performed in burlesque shows, still underage while doing so, and that was illegal. When she was arrested, she knew that if she was to stay in show business going with the same name, people will associate her with the arrest. Not wanting to have that on her record, she changed her name to Barbara La Marr. Began her career as a screenwriter. Many actresses we know from La Marr's time began their career dancing and performing in plays. Even though Barbara tasted the life on stage, it wasn't until she was married to her third husband, Ben Dealey, that she found what she thought was her true calling, becoming a screenwriter, getting inspiration for one of the first stories she wrote on the screen from her own life. She worked for Fox Film Corporation, making over $10,000 in just 1920 for writing 5 movie scripts, the most known being The Land of Jazz. Now that is some impressive work, even though most of the scripts were for short films. Too beautiful to be behind the camera. Barbara enjoyed her work as a screenwriter. It was a steady job, and even though she also danced on the side to make more money, the job didn't pay that badly, since back then writers were hired to write movie scripts instead of pitching them like today. That was the perk of working in an industry that just began to grow. However, the same year she wrote those 5 scripts, Mary Pickford came to her and told her that she is too beautiful to waste her time behind the scenes and just type her life away. Pickford was of the opinion that a face like her belonged on the screen. Of course, working in the industry for several years, La Marr didn't lack contacts, and in the same year landed a role in her debut film, Harriet and the Piper. Even though it was just a supporting role, she successfully got the attention of the audience, which helped her get another supporting role in the movie The Nut just 1 year later. Through the next few years, Barbara was pretty busy acting in movies all the time and got herself the title of the girl who is too beautiful. If you're wondering if one of the journalists called her that, you are absolutely correct. One night, when she was out with friends, a police officer sent her home after a police beat, telling her that a girl as pretty as her has nothing to do outside so late. La Marr had nothing against the article, as it brought her so much attention that she kept getting roles in movies and made her career only more successful. The forbidden drink. There is nothing wrong with partying and unwinding after a hard day of work, if it doesn't go too far. Unfortunately for La Marr, that wasn't the case. While on the set of Thy Name is Woman in 1924, she had to have a supervisor while she was filming her scenes to make sure she could go through them and not interfere with the production of the film, because she kept coming to work intoxicated, and they needed her to finish the work she started. Just a year later, filming her last movie, The Girl from Montmartre, Barbara collapsed on set, forcing the film crew to finish the filming of the movie without her. Because La Marr played a lead role and had her face even on the poster of the movie, the producers had no other choice but to rewrite the story in a way that her double could finish the movie instead of her. The 4 Marriages of La Marr. We mentioned before that Barbara got her screenwriting job when she was just married to her third husband. If you thought that's where it stopped with her love life, you were wrong. Her first marriage didn't last even a year. Getting married to a soldier, Max Lawrence, in 1914, it quickly came out that the man was already married to another woman, going under a different name. So he was arrested for bigamy and passed away just 3 days after that, leaving La Marr with a very short and unfortunate marriage. Her longest marriage was to Ben Dealey, which led to a divorce in 1921 because he had a gambling problem. Barbara was quick to find a new love interest, as she was already getting married to Jack Dougherty before her divorce was final with Dealey. Now we know how she could have so many husbands in less than a decade. Too much partying. Sometimes the life of bliss and entertainment can get people a little off track. Having a luxurious life, appearing in 4 movies per year, Barbara was known to be the center of any party. That wasn't the only thing she was known for. In the final years of her career, La Marr never slept for more than 2 hours per night because she was of the opinion that it was a waste of time sleeping while there are better things to do. To hold her up during the busy time of her career, she substituted that for drinking and going on extreme diets to lose weight. As you can imagine, her health wasn't the best because of that, and she began to wither away, having pulmonary tuberculosis. Because she couldn't do much after her last movie, The Girls from Montmartre, being so weak that she couldn't get out of bed, and sticking to her unhealthy diets, she weighed less than 80 pounds, or 36 kilograms, in her last year of life. After La Marr passed away, several rumors came out why she left us so quickly. Due to her health issues growing so fast, some thought that she was addicted to prescription drugs. We might never find out the truth because one of her close friends later said that it was a possibility as much as it's absurd. Because of her heavy drinking and attending so many parties, nobody can truly know what else she was up to. The beauty that was lost too quickly. In 1926, just being 29 years old, Barbara passed away with health complications in her family home. When someone famous leaves us, it's expected that the funeral won't go unnoticed. Thousands of La Marr's fans attended the funeral, some trying to steal the flowers from the decorative arrangements they prepared for her, and some even fainting while she was put to rest. One of the biggest fears we humans have is that nobody will come to our funeral. But in Barbara's case, we think she had a few people too many. Do you think the fans went a little too far and that it was disrespectful to her family? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed watching us spill La Marr's secrets, make sure to check out other videos on our channel.